Hello, and welcome back once again. This is Francis. Welcome to another section of a journey into the mind. I have a question for you. Are you feeling isolated? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling stressful? Are you feeling that you are being controlled by the system? You're being told what to do, when to do it, and how. Are you feeling disconnected? Disconnected from your family, your friends, and loved ones? Is it a feeling of loneliness, a feeling of powerlessness? Are you feeling that you have no control over what is going on? Well, I am here to tell you that you have the power and control. Although these are very crucial times, and according to the news, there is another disease coming out that is affecting children today called the Kawasaki disease, which is something that affects the cardiovascular system of a child. However, we know that it's not a new disease. So do we worry about it? Do we have concern about our children's getting infected, getting this new disease? I said that we should be concerned. However, we should not let the news overwhelm our emotions, because what we do is that we surrender our feelings and emotion to the crisis, the environment, and the system. How do we desensitize ourselves from everything that is going on? First of all, I have to say that before this crisis, we were sort of disconnected. We were constantly on our cell phone, on Twitter, Facebook, with social media. We were disconnected from our families, our friends, and our loved ones. However, today we are building a better connection. So these are great opportunities and tools for us to reconnect with ourselves, be more authentic, and ask ourselves the following question: how can I, you, myself, and all of us do something different that we have always wanted to do, but perhaps did not have the time before to do it? There is always an excuse. I have no time. There is no time after work. I can't work out after work. I can't do the things that I want to do or be creative because I'm exhausted. An insurmountable amount of excuses. Well, today we have that opportunity. Like you, myself, I'm presently unemployed. I don't have a steady job. I'm on call whenever and if there is a possibility for me to work. So, what do I do with my time? Do I reinvent myself, or do I pick up on something that I like to do and brings me joy? Something that is part of my purpose, something that helps me be creative? Or do I engage into something new that I've always wanted to, such as a new course, a new study, and something that I've always had in mind to do, but was not able to do because of time, as we give the excuses. But I have a question for you if you're a student or if you're doing any course online. It feels as if, pay attention, we are becoming part of artificial intelligence ourselves. Taking a course online is interesting. You and the teacher communicate, and some of the students. However, the social interaction that we used to have to converse, to communicate, and make connections with one another is not there. Are we, in the end, going to become desensitized as a result of this pandemic? You see, I ask myself the following question: how about dating? What do you think about dating? We cannot date like we used to, so people are using dating online. Artificial intelligence, once again, losing our human connection, our ability to connect with one another. What would it take? Are we going to have to put dating on suspense for the next 2 years? Or are we going to go back to the old theory of loving someone and asking if they will die for us? Would you want someone so badly that you will die for them? Because chances are this pandemic has no distinction. This pandemic can attack any of us at any time. And if we as individuals are careless, there is a possibility that in the process of dating, someone may be careless enough not to know that they have the disease and pass it on to you. And as a result, depending on your health or your condition, you may or may not survive. So the question is, will you die for me if you love me or not? Remember that question that is asked when you marry someone: until death do us part? Well, for the next 2 years, perhaps that question will have to be asked. If you want someone badly enough that you will risk your life and say, I'll take a chance. I'll take a chance for you. And that will take a lot. Not that we should be fearful, because the truth is that what you fear, you attract and you make it a reality. But we should be cautious. We should be careful of who we come in contact with. What happens if you do and something detrimental happens? Like you get the virus. What do you do? What next? Are you willing to risk? So we are disconnecting as human beings. And the question is, in the next 2 years, are we going to become desensitized to the point that in the near future, we will be afraid to contact people? We will lose that social contact ability that we have as human beings that we're born with, that we integrate in our society with our friends, families, and loved ones, and become distant because of the pandemic. I suppose psychologists and sociologists will have to do a study on that as to what will be the end result of this social distancing if we have to wait a period of 2 years. There are those who say that perhaps this may last longer. According to studies, the influenza was something that lasted for 2 years and then it disappeared. Our body became immune to it. And so the SARS, which is one of the origin of this new disease called the Kawasaki that is affecting children, it was on and it disappeared and it affected few, but not all. Will that be the same situation happening with the COVID-19? Perhaps. Perhaps in 2 years, we would all go back to normal. We would all become social individuals or social human beings like we always have been, and just be ourselves. Be ourselves and reconnect once again. The truth is that whether you are stressed, fearful, or you have anxiety about the situation, what is going on with this virus, this is a great opportunity to try to figure it out. What is it that I want from my life from now on? Do you want to go back to that old job you had? Or would you like an opportunity to do something different? I know I do. I would love that opportunity to do something different, to evolve into something better than what I'm doing today. And if I have the mind and the power to do so, I can. The possibilities are out there, and this is a great moment for me to grasp at that and try to do something different, something that will enhance not only myself, but others in a community. I would love to do something to help others in a community improve with my words, with my speech. So, this is my opportunity. My question to you is, what is your purpose? What is it that you as an individual want to do from this time on? Take initiative. Don't feel disconnected. You are not. This is a great time to take an opportunity to do something for you. Do it authentically. Do it from the heart. Feel it, know it, and understand that that is what you want to do, that that is your calling, that that is what you desire in the future. We are not victims of the system. We are not victims of the environment. We are not victims of the virus going on today. This virus is giving us an opportunity to rediscover ourselves, to be something better, and to do the best we can for ourselves and others. I sincerely hope that we don't go back to normal. There is no normal because, regardless of what happened from now on, we would all change, we would all transition. Things will be completely different. We will never be the same. We cannot, we have to move with the essence of time and the transition of the vibration that is going on with this universe and us in it. Regardless of whether we feel disconnected or not, we are part of this transition that is going on today with this pandemic, our isolation, or connecting at a distance with our loved ones. We are part of this, and we are emerging as a new growth into society, can transition, help, that can improve, and that can learn something new to enhance who we are or who we were then before the pandemic started. The truth is, none of us will be the same. There will be nothing left of who we were before. We are new. We are a beginning, and we are the ones in control and full power of our mental capacity to transition with this, to learn from it, and to move forward. This is crisis if you see it from the perspective of those who have died, yes. But it's not a crisis for you who are still here and can do something about tomorrow. We all have the power of our mind to do something greater than ourselves. All of us. For ourselves, for our community, for our children, for our family, for the future. We do. We have the power of mind. We are not slaves of present time or this pandemic that is going on. Only if you think you are, then you are. You are as free as you can be to evolve as a new human being, as a new sentient being that is part of the future that we are about to embrace. That will be better than it is today. It has to be. It will be better, not because the virus disappeared, but because us, we, you, I, and all of us will be completely different human beings. And with this, I like to end and say that we, human beings, have the power to change the world with our mind, with our conscious mind, with our vibration, with our spirit, and with our purpose. We're here for a reason. All of us. All of us are here for a reason. I thank you for listening to my video once again. It's been a pleasure as usual. This is Francis Mahan from A Journey into the Mind. And the topic of this conversation is We Have the Power. We do indeed. Thank you and namaste. Love and light.